Hello everyone and welcome to another Sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get stuff done around the house. I'm really excited for today's Sophisticated Saturday where we're starting in the basement. I have a little bit of picking up to do. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I shared that we had a babysitter that came to watch the kids. So I was getting the house kind of picked up, a little bit ready, and also wanted to surprise Owen a little bit with his train tracks all picked up and set up into a fun little track for him. He loves playing with his trains but doesn't really have the skills yet to put all of the tracks together for himself. So I will do this a lot of times when we're playing together, but I figured it might be kind of fun to have the train pieces already put together for him. So I was hunting all over the place, trying to find all the pieces, set it up for him, and then that way I was also able to find the extra pieces, put them away, and kind of clean the basement, kill two birds with one stone. And he ended up really liking it, and I know he played with it with the babysitter that came to watch the boys. She actually brought her husband as well. We have not had a babysitter since I was pregnant. I can't remember what we did. There was something when I was very newly pregnant. I was maybe like 2 months pregnant, and we had a babysitter come and watch the boys. Actually, just at that point, it would have been Owen. And since then, we have not had a night away. I honestly haven't been away from Henry unless he's at daycare for, I don't know, like I think I got my nails done when I was a couple months postpartum once, but other than that, I know that nobody has given him a bottle out of my presence, so he definitely has not been away from me for more than 2 hours. So it was crazy that it was my first night not putting him to bed, but you know, we were still here, so it wasn't like a first night away from him or anything, but we definitely needed a night off, which was lovely, and we went to a football game, which was really fun, and we actually do have our first night away coming up soon. We're heading out of town to Colorado for one of my friends from college. It's her wedding, which I'm very excited for. It is in Telluride, Colorado, and this time of year with the fall, it's just gonna be absolutely beautiful, so we're very excited about that. But I wanted to get a few more things picked up before we have, not a stranger, but somebody else in our home. I shared a while ago that we had some things from my grandma that she gave me because they are selling their home, and we have another box of stuff from hers, so we're going through and I'm unpacking it. I was trying to figure out what everything is. I replaced one baking dish that I had with one that she had, which is brand new. She's never used hers. Mine was disgusting looking, so I just threw mine away. Little popover pans, a little bundt cake pan, as well as a vase. And then another thing that I wanted to do was to get the teepee set up in the basement. Jim and Owen were cleaning the basement previously, and somehow the teepee got knocked over and it just fell apart. So I grabbed the instructions for the teepee, or I'm going to grab the instructions for the teepee and try and figure out how to get it back together. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I spent way too long trying to figure this stinking teepee out. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if one of the strings was broken or it's meant to be with multiple pieces. I could not figure it out for the life of me. But very handy that I kept the instructions, extra parts, this little way I have of organizing all instruction manuals and things like that and extra parts has been so helpful. I've used it time and time again. I try to defer to instruction manuals. If I can find an online version, I will just keep that online version and get rid of any papers. Try and eliminate that paper clutter, but sometimes you can't find an online instruction manual for certain things, like this weird off-brand teepee that we got as a gift from I don't even know where. So here I am trying to figure it out for far too long until I abandon the task and decide that I'm just gonna have Jim step in and try and help figure it out. So I am going to, like I said, abandon that task, and we are going to go to the bathroom downstairs here and clean that up just in case the babysitter wants to use the bathroom down here. It is disgusting. We had a plumber come out here and he actually told me that it was nothing I'm doing wrong. It's the water that we have. And I can't remember what he said. I wish I knew exactly what he said, but I wrote it down somewhere with what we're supposed to do. We have a water softener, so it's not that, but the water is, I think it's like the crystals or the composition or something of the water. He tested it, I don't know, but it basically creates this ring in the toilet that is so difficult to clean. But he said that if I change the water. That shouldn't happen. And the reason we're noticing it mostly in the basement is because we never use the bathroom down here and don't flush it. So it just stays that way. And the way that I found to fix it without fixing our water is this little toilet pumice stone thing. And I also have these little cubes from Soft Scrub, which I really love Soft Scrub products. They sent me this a while back and I've just never used it. And it's a little thing that you can put in the tank to clean it. Again, that implies that you're going to be flushing the toilet. So I'm going to try and make it more of a priority to flush this toilet and use it a little bit more, or just head downstairs and flush it every now and then and see if this helps clean it a little bit better. But when things get bad, that pumice stone is a great easy fix. The other thing I really wanted to do today was clean up the kitchen table as well as the floors. The floors are always so disgusting from two very young eaters. One, Henry, is 9 months old and the food gets all over the floors, absolutely everywhere. And I'm using this vacuum that I got sent to me as well, and I've actually really enjoyed it. It has this light on it. I don't know if you can see, especially when I go towards the couch. It is illuminating in the worst way. But also in the best way. You can see all of the crumbs, all of the dust particles. My Dyson does not have a light on it. I think one of the newer versions of Dyson does have a light on it, and I thought it was kind of a gimmicky thing, but after getting this vacuum, having that light just really helps guide you as to what needs to be cleaned and what isn't cleaned. I didn't get all of the stuff off the floor with the vacuum. I mean, most of the little pieces, but there's a lot of stuck on stuff. So I decided to grab a little Dawn Power Wash and my Scrub Daddy and get to work on my hands and knees scrubbing the floor. And even that wasn't enough. I grabbed the little razor blade, and I'm being extra careful here because I'm on our wood floors and I don't want to scrape off any of the finish there. I don't really know another way to do it. We try to clean up right after the kids eat, but if you have young kids, you know, or if you've had young kids, you know that your hands are constantly full. And a lot of times I don't get to cleaning the kitchen until after they go to bed, and then it's too late because things have caked on and they're stuck there. Okay, so once I got the kitchen floor cleaned, I also washed the playmat in Henry's room. I'm pretty sure there was like spit up on there or something, so I needed to wash that. He's also getting to the point soon that I can start to put away a lot of these baby toys, but I thought I would give it one more wash and let him play with it. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, he just turned 9 months old and he has started walking. It is crazy. I am blown away. Owen was closer to a year. It was like the week before he turned 1 that he started walking, but Henry has a mind of his own. He is just taking little steps all over the place, and his favorite thing to do is stand up, and he is probably graduating from a lot of those like little baby toys because he's on the move. In this load of laundry, I did a load specifically of things that were stained. So you'll see that I'm just double checking to see if the stains came out, and most of the stains seems like did not come out. So I'm putting the things that need to be rewashed on top of the washing machine, and then things that the stains actually came out into the dryer, and I will dry those. And then the things with stains, I will try and re-stain treat. And then I'm going to throw in a load of rags and microfiber cloths and cleaning towels. For that, I use a little bit of a stronger detergent. I just use the one from Kirkland's, from Costco, the Kirkland brand. And I also have my jeans there that I'm just gonna let sit and dry for a moment.
So I am obviously just cutting potatoes for our Hello Fresh meal. I have the instructions out here, and it says you can bake it on 2 separate trays, but I think I'm just going to bake the potatoes first for a while and then scoot them over and add the meatballs. I guess I didn't say, I'm making cheeseburger meatballs. So there's cheese and stuff in the meat, and there's garlicky potato wedges and pickles and a special sauce. So I have been enjoying a lot of the HelloFresh meals, but they do have a lot of burgers and a lot of potatoes. And the burgers are really good, but this was kind of a twist on it because there's no bun and it's just the meat. I'm actually going to make the sauce and make the meat here. And again, I will leave a discount code. I think it gets you a free box, which is a nice discount if you want to give it a try. I still want to test out some other meal kit services, so let me know if there's a specific one you want me to try out. I think I'm going to do some like pre-made ones next. Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. I keep hearing a lot about Factor. They have like pre-made meals, so we'll see if that's something we give a try. But one thing I do miss about having not having a meal kit delivery service is I just really like to cook. So it kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it, in the sense that a lot of it's kind of, I don't know, done for you, or it's really easy cooking. Like nothing's overly complicated. So if you are new to cooking, it would be maybe a positive thing to help get you in the kitchen a little bit more. And I kind of knew this because I have done meal kits once before when I was postpartum with Owen, our toddler. So it's been a couple years, but I remember that feeling too, where it was like, okay, this is getting kind of old. I miss cooking. But if you are in a stage of life or something where you want to just somewhat take the easy way out, it's not really a bad way to go. Okay, so those will go in the oven first. We can make the sauce. And I think the sauce is, let's see, it's mayo. I need to mince up some pickle, mustard, and ketchup. I feel like half of making these meals is like dumping all of these little tiny packets into things. I always need to keep scissors nearby.
I'm kind of winding down on some of my tasks here, switching over a few more things in the laundry room, putting those rags into the dryer. I have some other clean clothing that I need to go and fold. I'm going to carry that to the extra bedroom and fold that. And I also wanted to get in a home workout today, so I'm going to share that in just a little bit before I finish up dinner so we all have some food to eat. But as you can see, there was some laundry in the guest room. I am outing Jim. His lights, which get done earlier in the week, were still there and hadn't been folded and put away. So I'm just going to add more to his pile on top of it. He is a lot busier than I am, at least in the sense that he doesn't have as much time for home tasks because he's working outside of the house. So I can do things in the middle of the day. He obviously cannot. And sometimes, you know, after a long day, we have the kids and then the kids go to bed and we're both exhausted and go to bed pretty quickly after. So his stuff kind of sat there for a little bit. And then typically, since it's the weekend now, he will get to it and put it all away. I have been playing around with more at-home workouts, and I've been doing a lot more at the gym than at home, but the workouts that I typically do are usually things where I just need a mat and a couple of free weights, so I can easily do it at home. And when I don't go to the gym, I'm really trying to make a point to get in a workout, do it at home, spend like even, I don't know, 30 minutes and just kind of move my body a little bit. I have switched between different programs I've used, but I typically do follow something. I don't come up with these moves from my head. And I also think it's kind of motivating to know, okay, I'm gonna do this one move 15 times, or I'm gonna do this one move 20 times, whatever it might be, and then I'm gonna do 2 rounds of it. If I was working out completely on my own, I'm sure I would do 5 and then stop and not have any motivation to do more or know how many I should do. It just is way easier for me that way. Like, I know a lot of people prefer group fitness classes when it can just take one element out of things and somebody tells you what to do. So I like using a workout program of some sort. I will not show you the entire workout, but I did this a few times and then another set as well. And then after that, I went upstairs to finish up dinner.
So while all of that is getting ready to cook, I'm actually just waiting till it's time here to finish up dinner. I do have the potatoes that already cooked for half the time. And actually, what am I doing? I'm doing this backwards. I am just getting plates ready for Henry and for Owen. I am making some, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Clearly I'm like delusional from working out. But I am smashing some of these blueberries. They're huge, so I'm cutting them for Henry. I also have some cannellini beans that I am giving him. A little bit of zucchini. Owen, I'm gonna give him some blueberries too, but I think he should be good for the most part eating the meatballs and the potatoes. And I don't really know his thoughts on pickles, but I'm gonna give him a few pickles and see if he'll eat some pickles. And then in one of his little spots here, I'm gonna put maybe some mixed fruit. So I have blueberries and I think I also have some strawberries too. The cannellini beans also are a little bit big for Henry, and I've been peeling off like the casing on him. I've just been kind of pinching it. He is about 9 months old, and so he's really starting to get the pincer grasp where they can pick up little pieces. It's just so much easier than feeding babies purees, and it is less messy. I also appreciate the fact that I can enjoy my meal a little bit more, because when they are really, really early eaters, I just feel like most of my meal is spent, I don't know, I'm still picking stuff up off the ground, but really helping them eat, or even if you do baby-led weaning where they feed themselves, still just kind of helping them either load up a spoon if it's more of a pureed substance. Ooh, I gotta answer the phone. Hold on one second. Sorry about the phone call. I finished up the plate for Henry. If you can see, I did his beans, I did some strawberries, some blueberries, and butternut squash. Oh, and I gave him some butternut squash here too with his pickles and the strawberries and blueberries. And then the potatoes and meatballs are just finishing up. We're gonna sit down for dinner. And that is it for today's Sophisticated Saturday. I hope that you enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you all later.